We went to E3 and we got really excited about the prospect of many new games coming out on these next-gen consoles, as well as many MMOs. Well, one trend that we may have missed at the time is that there are so many MMOs coming out for these consoles. But is this a good idea? I mean, we know that the nature of MMOs is there are a lot of buttons and there's a lot on the HUD. But is that going to work on maybe when you're holding a handheld controller?
Well, when most people think of MMOs, they think of MMORPGs.
Yes.
Which do have lots of different things going on. I mean, I can't even imagine playing World of Warcraft on a console. The sheer number of buttons that I need to press, let alone the mods that I require to play the game effectively, would not be available on these consoles.
No, I mean,
so forget about that. That's never going to happen.
Would you have to maybe use like a wireless keyboard and somehow connect it?
See, consoles hate having the mouse and keyboard thing.
Yeah.
They design their games for controllers.
Well, there's actually this really long list of games that are coming or are already on the consoles. For one of them I've actually played was DCU Online.
Which has been on
It's been
PlayStation
free to
3
play.
for quite a while.
It's been on PS3 for a while. I don't think it really worked. I mean, when I played it, everything was written too small for me to read. It was too bulky. I wasn't able to join in any raids very well. I did not see how it could work, but it seems to be going strong. Is it only because it's free? Am I playing it wrong?
Oh, it's because it's free.
Yeah.
There are things that an MMO will demand of you that a console falls short on. It's a different experience. With a PC, it's easy to just have a headset right there, to have a mouse and keyboard for that full control, but you're limited on a console, which means you're always going to be a step behind. Now, some games coming out will be designed for that. I expect Destiny to be awesome because it's designed to work on a console.
Can we consider that? Yeah, I guess you're
It's
right.
on. I mean, it's on the list.
It's on this
so
list.
I just considered it that way.
It's not very typical of what we'd refer to as an MMORPG, but I guess technically it has those elements, so sure.
I expect the Elder Scrolls Online to work well on a console because the Elder games work well on a console. And if they control similarly to that, I don't see any reason why they wouldn't work.
We actually talked to the guy who was in charge of that when Amir and I went to E3, and he said, yeah, it's going to work fine. Don't worry about
really?
it.
He said it was going to work fine?
So
That's crazy.
We should trust him.
Yeah,
that
you
it's
heard
gonna
it here
work out
first,
great.
guys.
I played it, but it was on PC. Kim and I both played it.
Yes, I'm included.
I don't know, dude. I don't think it's going to be that great on console. I don't think any of those kind of MMOs can be that great when you play them on a console. Like you said about WoW. I played WoW for 3 years, and like one of the things that I loved about it was being able to like press a bunch of buttons. Like my whole screen was covered with all the different hotkeys and everything, and like
Buttons
I don't think those kind of
Quick
RPGs,
keys?
those kind of MMORPGs are going to be that great on console. I think there's going to be other games that will come out that'll be awesome to play, where like you log in and there's always people on there and you get to do cool shit, but not like WoW, not like Elder Scrolls.
Let's talk about games that are more designed for consoles.
That's where I was going.
Oh, wow, great, same page.
Very good.
Is there one you're most excited for on here? Because
I'm
there's
saying the
I'm
one
most
that I
excited
could
for.
think would work the best, which is The Crew from Ubisoft, but it's mainly a racing game.
Right.
So it doesn't have those elements that we would associate quickly in our minds with that's an MMO. It looks very cool, but it's also very different.
The one I'm most excited for is The Division.
Now, why is that?
Because it looks fucking awesome.
Well,
You're
okay.
very much in this, what I'm going to call a post-apocalyptic world, but I'm sure things are just kind of crazy. But you're like a special op, gun-toting, sport class, flyovers. There's like so many roles that you can play in this game and so many kinds of teams you can form that it seems so cool to be in this world in that respect. Because, I mean, you could play online shooter games, but you're like in levels. You're not in this open, vast, expansive world, which I think looks so cool.
That's kind of how I feel about Destiny.
Yeah, it's the same sort of idea.
I'm excited for like
world.
their match system, and well, there's a lot of elements in there that are just so different from what we're used to, but they're also great. Are you ready for World of Tanks?
Yeah! World of Tanks is a great game to play. And so it's coming to consoles. Great, fantastic.
It definitely is.
I hope it's cheap because it's free right now.
So we have DCUO, Warhammer 40K, Eternal Crusade, War Thunder, Elder Scrolls Online, Destiny, World of Tanks, PlanetSide 2, Final Fantasy 14, a realm that doesn't suck this time, Dust 514.
We could talk about
Division.
Final Fantasy
Okay,
Online.
let's do it.
They are pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, Final Fantasy 11 basically failed, and Final Fantasy 14, the original take, definitely failed.
you know what? At least they're doing cross-platform stuff.
Yeah.
Which is nice.